Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, then turn that notification button on right now.
Pro wrestling is made up of several different characters. Wrestling, much like soap opera, tries to suspend the feeling of disbelief within the fans as the colorful characters come to life on their television sets. Outside of the confines of a wrestling ring, the wrestlers are just like normal people, but given the fact that their livelihood depends on playing their characters to the best of their abilities, most wrestlers choose to put on the facade even off camera, staying in character when they're around the fans. Until the late 90s, it was almost an unspoken rule for wrestlers to stay in character whenever they interacted with fans. While Vince McMahon claims professional wrestling to be sports entertainment, the wrestlers continued to play their characters, trying to persuade the fans to believe in the sanctity of the business. However, in this day and age, the wrestlers can be themselves, especially considering the fact that social media has made them accessible to the fans like never before. While most of the wrestlers will continue to stay in character, in this video we take a look at 10 wrestlers who broke out of character in 2018. On WWE programming, Strowman is booked as the unstoppable monster that really demolishes everything in his path. Braun has been flipping ambulances and trying to pin superstars under the rubble. However, during the Mixed Match Challenge, he was partnered with the then Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, and the duo became an instant hit with the fans. The size disparity, along with the whole Beauty and the Beast dynamic the two superstars had with each other, made them one of the most popular teams in the competition. Braun and Alexa had great chemistry, and the monster was seen as trying to sweet-talk Bliss on multiple occasions. The two superstars nearly kissed on screen as Strowman donned the hat of a Casanova. Strowman has also shown his true personality on social media accounts, often uploading images of himself practicing his shooting or while indulging in his favorite pastimes. The ravishing Russian and the Bulgarian Brute are quite the combination, and the duo have caused quite a stir in the WWE. Starting from Vince McMahon trying to test the duo, to the couple getting into trouble with management because of their posts on social media, the journey has not been easy for Rusev and Lana. While more recently, Rusev was almost pulled from the Greatest Royal Rumble because of something that he said to TMZ. Lana broke character, speaking in her American accent. While she portrays the role of a Russian on screen, and while the WWE superstars generally show their true personality on social media, Lana speaking in her American accent raised quite a few eyebrows, especially considering the amount of interest Rusev has generated over the past couple of months. Natalia is one of the most talented female superstars on the roster. After honing her craft in Japan and inside the dreaded dungeon, she finally signed up with WWE, only for the company to go in a different direction with the women. Natalia is a former SmackDown Women's Champion and is currently plying her trade on Raw. Natalia's character is currently ambiguous, with the superstar playing the role of a face in peril. Natalia also is one of the most active superstars on social media, sharing photos and videos of her along with the other superstars. While WWE stars sometimes get away with posting images of themselves traveling with stars they may be feuding with, Natalia can be seen doing so almost constantly. While the performers don't adhere to the sacred rule of never breaking kayfabe anymore, it isn't often that they upload videos of them dancing with their opponents on social media either. While this happened in the final week of December of last year, we have to include this because of the sheer awkwardness it created in the ring. Towards the end of 2017, Stephanie McMahon, in an effort to push her women's evolution angle, interrupted a melee towards the end of Raw. The faces and the heels, who were until then going at each other's throats, stopped when the commissioner of Raw made her way down to the ring. She would then announce the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match, leading to all the women breaking character and embracing each other, while Stephanie later talked about the women being allowed to do that, breaking character while being in the midst of a brawl, and that too is the final segment of the night created really an awkward situation. While the fans were happy for the women, they were also kind of left scratching their heads as to why the women raised each other's arms. The announcers have a difficult job to do in the WWE, considering the fact that Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon are constantly in their ears, telling them what to do and how to react. The announcers have to stick to their scripts and have to avoid saying a few taboo words that have been blacklisted by Vince McMahon himself, further making their lives a bit more difficult. However, during an edition of SmackDown Live earlier this year, WWE was showing a shot outside the arena when a member of the camera crew slipped and fell down for the entire world to see. The announcers, who were relatively calm, reacted by laughing out loud, breaking out of their characters. The cameraman was even interviewed by WWE.com about becoming famous for his inadvertent slip.
The final time stop for SmackDown Live runs through snowy Green Bay before... Wait, this is too good to be true.
One of the marquee bouts at WrestleMania 34 was the tag team match involving Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Kurt Angle, and Ronda Rousey. It was also Ronda's first match in the WWE. Leading up to the event, during a press conference, Triple H, after giving his speech, introduced Ronda. Both the superstars came face to face during the promotional event, and while they put up an angry front, they then embraced each other, breaking the fourth wall. Pro wrestling is weird in that way, where opponents are expected to go at each other's throats but can be seen joking with each other off camera. Triple H also praised Ronda before their Mania encounter, calling her a world-class athlete before telling the media that Ronda Rousey is the best at what she does. Cody Rhodes has been phenomenal and tearing up the indie scene with the Young Bucks since leaving WWE, with stellar matches against the top performers outside the company. Over the past 2 years, Cody has proved that pro wrestlers can thrive outside of the company, and has been part of some revolutionary ideas, including the Elite's YouTube show, Being the Elite. Previously, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Adam Cole used the platform to shed some more light on the tensions brewing between Cole and the other members, which led to Cole eventually getting kicked out of the stable. On Being the Elite show 2 weeks ago, the wrestlers used the platform to talk about their characters, and if they could turn heel or face. While it was done to cater to these smart fans, it was certainly a rarity to see the likes of Cody say that he wants to turn face and discuss other things around this topic. Paige grabbed all the headlines when she made her main roster debut, winning the Divas title on her very first night on Raw. Her career was sadly cut short, with Paige undergoing a risky neck surgery 2 years ago. She got injured during a live event last year, and the doctors then informed the superstar that she could no longer take the risk of competing in a wrestling ring. Paige broke the news last month that she was retiring from in-ring competition, and that came after she helped her stablemate Mandy Rose pick up the victory over Sasha Banks. Post-match, Paige was left alone in the ring, and the superstar broke character by giving thanks to the fans and gave an emotional speech about what wrestling has meant to her, and that she could not take the risk of seriously injuring herself by competing again. As Paige thanked the fans, the universe showed their appreciation, telling Paige that WWE was her house. The fans have been eagerly waiting for a showdown between Lesnar and Strowman, and while their first encounter for the Universal title wasn't enthralling to say the least, both men once again came face to face at the Royal Rumble, with Lesnar defending the title against Kane and Braun. During the bout, the fans spotted an odd exchange. Strowman kneed Lesnar on the side of the head, and the monster among men did not hold back. Lesnar instantly retaliated by punching Strowman in the jaw, which caught everyone by surprise. The situation could have easily escalated, but Lesnar told Strowman to slow down as both the stars once again got back on track, finishing the match as planned. While what Lesnar did doesn't immediately take us by surprise, the Beast Incarnate used his wits to show Strowman that he needed to watch himself, and being a veteran told Strowman to take it slow. The biggest talking point from the greatest Royal Rumble event last month wasn't about Strowman winning the Rumble match, or about the steel cage match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. The highlight of the night came when Titus O'Neil, while sprinting to the ring, tripped and slid under the ring. Even the announcers, who were putting over the significance of the event, couldn't stop themselves from bursting out laughing. Corey Graves in particular giggled for the next minute or two, as WWE kept showing the replays of what happened. Titus O'Neil quickly brushed off the incident and focused on the match, while Graves could be heard laughing hysterically.
Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil.
Titus had a very busy week here in Saudi Arabia. He's had dinner with many princes and very important people, and he just...
Oh my God, what the heck? What did Titus just... I can't believe what I just saw. Did that really happen?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Titus, to his credit, owned up to his mistake and even joked about it on Twitter. There are things that will haunt a superstar for a lifetime, and Titus's mistake will likely be played thousands of times in the future. However, Graves losing it on the commentary desk made it that much more memorable, as the fans got to see the lighter side of the former NXT star. and these were 10 times wrestlers broke out of character in 2018. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I will see you later with more wrestling videos.